Hello everyone, Ryan here. Seriously, You Have to Eat by Adam Mansbach. It's pretty short, funny book with some nice illustrations and pretty much depicts the reality of how picky kids can be when they don't want to eat something. And now, while I don't have kids of my own, I do spend a lot of time around my nephews, and I pretty much watched them grow up over the past 10 years or so. And I used to babysit for my sister, so when I was reading this book, it reminded me a lot of my nephews and how picky they were when I would watch them, and they refused to eat pretty much anything that I put in front of them. But not just with me, but also with my sister and pretty much anyone else. And I don't know, I guess to me it always seemed like it wasn't so much that they didn't want to eat the food they were given. It was like, seemed more like it was just them, their own weird way of trying to, like, I don't know, assert themselves, like assert some kind of dominance over the situation or something, like, you know, because they'll say like, no, I don't want to eat a sandwich. You know, either they would say something like, I don't want to eat a sandwich, I want to eat candy, or I want to eat cake, or they would just say, no, I don't want to eat anything. And that's definitely, what is depicted in this book. So to me, it definitely came off as accurate. So there's one part in it that maybe laughed the most, because where something to do with the fact that like a kid will like make like a weird request for like pancakes at midnight, and so actually I do remember one of my nephews one time. I remember I wasn't there when it happened, but my sister told me later, and he actually did make a request for pancakes at midnight. And so yeah, I don't know, I guess apparently there's a lot of kids that do that. I certainly don't remember. Now that I think about it, I wasn't a picky eater when I was a kid. Maybe there was like some vegetables that I didn't like, but I ultimately would still eat them. And it wasn't even so much that like my parents didn't force me to eat something I didn't want to eat. Yeah, I don't know. I guess, hey, it's each generation ends up being either slightly different than the previous one or completely different than the previous one. Thus is the cycle of life. As far as the rating goes, I would give this definitely 4 out of 5 stars. So, yeah. Because again, it's pretty accurate and funny and short, and so I could easily see this as being one of those books that's one that you could read with your own kids, but also like one of those books that adults could read and talk about amongst themselves. And so there. So that'll do it for my review of this Seriously, You Have to Eat by Adam Mansbach, or Mansbach. I don't know. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. As always, until next time, don't forget, keep it real, keep on rocking, and peace.